Hey, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, and everybody else that listens to this show somehow.
Hello.
It's a Sunday. We're reviewing a new album. And Cody is sunburnt.
I am.
Yeah. I saw when we came into the stream, you were like, I was like, what's going on with you? You look like you've been slapped around by something. Like,
I was slapped around by the vitamin D of the sun.
Yeah, by vitamin D in Florida.
Dude, you can see really on my arm. Look how red my fucking
your arm
looks.
Yeah.
You're just standing there getting burnt to crisp.
Woo! I avoided the new tattoo.
It's like, hey, I stay inside.
Look at that difference.
Very good. Very good. But yeah, if you were here during the pre-show, you probably weren't, but if you were, you would have heard us talking about the Innings Fest that happened in Tampa, where Green Day and Incubus and a bunch of other cool bands played.
Baseball.
And baseball.
Baseball and music together at last. I keep saying that because I literally heard him say it to like fucking 5 people, and I'm like,
you know what's surprising?
You can like music and baseball. It's not a new thing.
Right.
Why wasn't modern baseball there?
Because they brought
it's in their name.
Wow.
Right.
It's in their fucking name though.
But yeah, like before we do our album reviews, everybody that's watching and listening,
I haven't done this
on Twitch we have a live stream, and that's where we kind of house this whole scenario here. We talk a little bit with chat, we talk about the news stuff there, and then we have a after show that happens right after this segment that we're gonna where we watch new music videos and rate them and put them in a playlist. So you Twitch channel and click the things and hang out there. Super fun. But right now, YouTube content. All right, the true podcast, the important part of the show.
Is it?
Album review, right? Today we listened, or I guess the past week or so, we were listening to Bloodywood, Indian folk metal, and their new album Rakshak. I can't pronounce it. I'm not Indian.
That sounds
but
funny.
I will say this was a really fun and interesting album. Obviously, it's in a niche, right? This is folk metal to the T. But it was fun to listen to, and I think we're gonna break it down for y'all. Tell you what the internet thinks as a whole. But first, Cody, please give us the question of the day.
Okay, here you go. You kind of already mentioned it. Folk metal, genre. It has folk in it. It's going to confuse Brett a lot what that means.
It sure is.
And
it's not folk punk this time.
Not folk punk this time.
What the fuck does folk mean at this point?
Anything and everything, all of the time. Is Bo Burnham a folk artist? I think
apparently.
So today, instead of folk punk, I'm going to go folk metal. What is your favorite folk metal band? Let us know in the comments below. Josh, Brett, I put the link there for Wikipedia's list of folk metal bands. Mine I'm just going to go Amorphous and Teresa's, both from the great nation of Finland.
I need this list.
And yeah, if you want to pull up the list so everyone can see.
Everyone's along for this ride.
If it's scary and comes from Europe, folk metal.
Yeah.
Right, like pretty much.
There's a lot of Viking and pirate metal on here.
Not a single American band.
Oh, there is one.
No, one right there. Yeah.
Stalfurge.
Let me go back up.
Amon Amarth is a folk metal band, believe it or not.
Not listed there, but yeah, I agree.
Not listed.
I would entirely agree.
Their entire catalog is just there's a hurdy-gurdy. Look at that. Yep. The fucking crank violin. Shit's weird as hell. But if most of your music is about like what it would be like to be a Viking taking over and pillaging, you're a folk metal band. Let's just get real.
I mean, obviously I have reasons, but a lot of mine are all from Finland. Fintroll, Esfirum.
No way.
Yeah.
Scandinavian black metal. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
I know.
Would have never ever guessed that. Not once.
No way.
Right.
Not what. Dude, there's a China folk metal band. Is that right?
Is Eminence? Are they? They work?
No.
They do have a string instrument.
They got a string instrument.
They got suspenders on. They're just sad boys.
Oh right.
Well, he grew a beard though.
The Who would be Right, a folk band,
The-
folk metal band,
Oh,
Mongolian folk metal band.
I thought the wrong.
You were thinking the old dude.
Right.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
what?
The,
What?
Who from the 70s?
Who are you?
Yeah, I think some of the weird bands we listen to.
Dude, I don't know any of
Japan,
this shit.
They could be folky.
Fucking
as well.
Crystal Lake, dude. Let's go.
Okay.
That doesn't work, bro.
What the fuck is this shit? I don't know what the fuck. Tumulus. Terror.
Yeah, Russian.
Like what the
Tier,
fuck is
bruh.
this?
It's Tier. Come on,
Svartstalt.
you play God of War.
What's up? I don't know these fucking bands. Look at this shit. Who the fuck knows all
Yeah,
these?
there's
So
Not a
Lincio
lot.
Morris, they did one of the Hypa collabs with Electric Callboy.
right.
Yeah,
LVT. Yeah, Switzerland.
LMFAO,
Talking
dude.
about them
Yeah,
earlier
that's
today.
folky as fuck.
Falk Wreath, right there. From Skyrim.
Falconer. Come on.
Look,
Oh, man.
Bloodywood, right there on the page.
There's Elven King. There we go. I'm
Elven
picking
King.
them.
That's it.
Cool.
They're
Italian.
from Italy.
Look at that.
See the violin?
What the fuck is
You
the
got a
difference
violin?
between that and Eminence?
They've got black makeup on and chains.
Yeah,
and
bro.
stuff. Eminence, they dress in normal clothes or
But it's
Playboy
probably
club.
like the fact that their name is Elven King. They're probably
yeah.
talking
Also
about
that probably.
some fucking Led Zeppelin. Then they talk
Okay,
about the
okay,
fucking.
okay. Fuck all of you. Symphony X.
Okay. I'll
Calling
take
it.
Okay, sure. If it's like, but that could just be Prague at this
Dragons.
point.
Fucking
you know?
dragons.
These dragons, bro. But yeah, that's
Chasing
pretty much
dragons.
it. If you're talking about dragons, you're probably.
Is that folk? Is that considered? Is dragons considered folk?
I would assume. That's why I
Depends.
said Led Zeppelin. Apparently, they talk about.
Are they
Lord of the Rings.
Finnish dragons?
No, they're probably English dragons.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go
It's not
to a
good
place that England once occupied illegally. India.
There we go.
That's a transition.
There we go.
Oh my
Yeah, so Bloodywood.
God.
The newest folk metal band to be on the scene to steal everyone's hearts away. Industry darlings now. If you're anyone and anyone, you're talking about this band. They blew up over this past year, especially. And their debut album, Rakshak, came out on February 18th, 2022. It has 10 tracks on it, coming in at 47 minutes and 13 seconds. Now, I'm going to butcher everyone's names, and I apologize. I was born in Louisiana. It is not my fault. I did not ask for that to happen.
You gonna go in depth?
Giant Badula on the vocals. Raul Kerr on the rap vocals. Karan Katiar on guitar, flutes, arrangements, productions, literally everything else. So officially, this band only has 3 members, just these 3 guys. Everyone else that we've seen in the video and, you know, when they're on tour, all touring musicians.
Wait, but isn't it the same guys that are touring and doing the videos with them?
It's kind of like Andrew Wells from Idola not being a permanent member of Dance Gavin Dance until like a day ago.
Yeah, or for example, a Jason White of Green
Jason
Day,
White,
who
yeah.
just
Yeah.
plays. Right.
Yeah, they're not involved in the actual composition of the tracks.
They just play the songs.
Exactly. Those guys being Sartak Pawa on the dole, on the
The drum.
dole? Blah, blah, blah. Roshan Roy on the bass and
Nice haircuts.
Vishest Singh, I don't know, on the drums. Karan did all the production, did everything, mixing, mastering. They actually said that they were approached by a number of different labels to push out the album, but they decided to do it completely independently and completely in-house.
Oh.
The singles were Gadar, Aj, and Donadan. And the band was formed in 2016 and from New Delhi. Originally, they were a parody band only doing metal covers of pop songs like Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, all that stuff. That's where they got their notoriety. Karan
Linkin
was
Park, I'm sure.
Linkin Park. When I get to them, he would regularly upload covers, but he had trouble finding a vocalist until he met Jahant, who at the time was a talent manager at a gig, and very impressed with his vocal capabilities and his range and everything. So it's like, you in the band with me. So guitarist Karan. He quit his job as a corporate lawyer, and the duo started the band with the intentions of, quote, destroying pop songs. In 2017, they re-recorded Linkin Park's Heavy in the Linkin Park earlier sound of Hybrid Theory and such, gaining notoriety among all the publications like Loudwire and Metal Hammer.
Did they really?
Everyone's saying that this is what Heavy should have sounded like.
Maybe we should take a listen to that later.
Yeah. I'm very curious now.
Yeah, before breaking down the breakdowns, our post show, which you can watch live with us at twitch.tv/geek_republic.
It's
right down there somewhere.
I don't know where we're pointing.
It's somewhere. Yeah.
Just
and
point
then
in a direction.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. In 2018, they released a cover of Bombay Rockers' song Ari Ari, which featured the rapper Raul, whom Karen invited to collab with after working on a lyric video for him. So, rapper guy, that's where he comes in.
Okay, and so not an official founder of the band after the fact.
Yeah.
Yes. He's Chester.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so funny. You're like, and not an official...
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Yeah, so as I was saying, not an official member of the band. They were brought in after the fact.
Yes.
Right. Which, when I get to my critique, I'll explain why I think that's a thing.
Okay. So then in 2019, after being announced for Wacken Open Air Festival, the band released the song Machi Bhasad, I don't know, which was originally intended to be for Beyond Good and Evil 2. And then at that time, they announced Raul as a full-time permanent member.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Yeah, did we ever get that? Did that ever come out?
That trailer, we've gotten multiple trailers over the last 10 years for that game.
Because we probably heard this song in the trailer at E3 that year.
Which one?
I just want to play
what
as
year
a
was
fucking
it?
chimpanzee.
Is it the one where they finally showed that you can Star Wars off the fucking planet?
Like the world looks incredibly massive.
Oh god, it looks so
and
looks so cool.
It says releasing sometime. I know it's the wrong show. 2024 to 2025 is when they said the game might be.
Yeah, they just showed off that they might release Skull and Bones this year.
Oh yeah, just fucking call it a day.
The ripoff of Black Flag.
Oh yeah, that
game.
Come
out. That game
in 2021.
Yeah,
2021.
Well, it didn't happen.
Last year. Okay. This year, what year is it?
2022.
Who knows?
I don't fucking know anymore, dude. Who cares?
Time is fake. It's irrelevant.
God, it's all shit anyways.
Yeah.
The album name, Rakshak, is the Hindi word for protector, and was chosen because it conveys the sense that you are your own savior and you have the strength within yourself to meet the challenges that you face. The artwork, which you can see right there.
There you go.
Has a little boy and an elephant behind him. The elephant is meant to represent the strength within the fragile creature, aka the boy, to overcome these challenges.
The Last Guardian.
Mm-hmm. The Last Guardian.
We're just going gaming with T at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really cool cover art though.
I really do like it.
It is really cool.
It's super cool.
Gives me Avatar vibes as well.
It does.
Yeah, look at that thing. It's gonna kill something.
Dude, that little kid is gonna wreck some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what Fire Lord fucking pissed him off, but.
And Raul said that the album's meanings and themes are about, quote, a joint effort to protect people and the planet as a whole from all the challenges we're facing. We hope to do this by eliminating the challenges altogether because the best defense is a great offense. You'll hear messages about device politics, corruption, toxic news, sexual assault, and bullying, as well as personal ones about battling depression and pushing your limits past the point of no return.
So all of the stereotypical issues of India.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, if you have a platform and you're like the biggest band from there, you should probably be talking about it. I don't know.
Well, why don't you know, Josh?
Bands doing it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, because I don't know. I've never been there.
I saw Top Gear go there. That was good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good episode.
That was good.
Only thing, and I know we're looking at it from a bad lens, because obviously we've never experienced it. But from what it looks like, I mean, much like the rest of the world, if you're rich, great place to live. If you're poor, die. I don't know.
Oh, real bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's real bad.
God forbid you're a different religion from your village as
yeah.
well, or town, whatever the fuck they're called when they're out there.
I mean, America, we're getting there. We're getting there.
We ain't burning each other's fucking crops down and threatening to kill families and shit.
But they once did.
Well, it's a funny thing you mentioned the farmers and the crops, because the last song on the album, Chakali, aka Rise Up, is actually inspired by the farmers' protests across India from 2020 to 2021 to appeal the 3 farm laws that they were trying to introduce. Yeah, this whole album, like, yeah, I don't understand anything that's being said, but if you look at what the songs mean and all that stuff, a lot of good stuff about that we all agree with. If this was an English-speaking band, we'd be like, cool, man. But then it kind of loses some of its uniqueness that way.
Agreed. And Cody and I were talking about that earlier before the show. Like, there's a lot about this band that's really interesting and fun, and then there's a lot about it that's super cringe. And I think the cringe parts come from the English. It's like, keep it out. Like, we listen to enough bands that have different languages, and they hold that. Like any Japanese, any Korean groups that we listen to, they might add in English here and there, but that's always the cringe part. Even with those bands, that's the same thing here. And granted, maybe it can't work, with their language, so maybe they decided, or maybe they wanted to be a little more overreaching. Who knows? Don't know the exact reasons why.
I think a lot of it's when they try to appeal to American audiences or just a world audience instead, and so they'll add some English, and it's like, yeah, it's cool. Like, I respect the shit out of that, but like, it's not always needed. And it's not. I doubt that's the band, making that call. I'm sure it's production or the public or whoever the hell was doing that.
Sure. But yeah, like, any other songs on the album, you guys, that you really like connected to? I like the 3rd track a lot.
I was going to say that one too. Yep.
Zanjiro C, aka These Chains.
Yeah, like the composition of it is awesome. The guitars are really cool in it.
Josh, you know what band it is? I was waiting. I didn't say it during pre-show because I wanted to surprise you a little bit.
It does sound like something.
You know what it is?
It really does. What is it?
Woven War.
You're right.
It's fucking Woven War, dude.
Right.
That song is like
metalcore. It's
peak Woven War.
Yeah, so it's metalcore that's pulled back, right? It's not super grimy, not a lot of breakdown in it, but it's riffage, and that's what
majestic, full.
Yeah, there's, especially when you get to the choruses, like, it's just these big open walls of sound, which is like obviously really important. It's not a ballad though; it still drives, but they have the moments where you get, okay, let's halftime it, but not put a breakdown in. It's just big.
Also,
and that's really cool.
To add on to that song too, because that is the song that by far stands out the most for me as well.
Same.
It's not the like, it's not doing that. It is a song. Like, it has, it's, so it can stand on its own and be like, oh, this is different. This is good.
Right, and I'm not sure. I'm not like a music theorist in Indian folk. Right, so like, I was talking to Joey, who probably is. I was talking to him a couple days ago about this band specifically, and he was saying that, like, obviously a lot of the music being created and composed has like the Indian modes in it, right? Which deviates from like the Western modes that we all learned in music theory and scales and stuff. They have their own tunings, they have their own everything. And you can tell that a lot of that, like, that jumping kind of thing you were alluding to, comes from like that little drum, the Dehl drum. It comes from, the string instruments, that the sangis and the sitars. They can only do so much because they are a limited folk instrument.
Well, honestly, it reminds me a lot of Latin music. The like, everything's got that.
Right. Yep. It's just their brand of that.
Their version of that,
right?
Yeah.
Their own folk style of that. And it is cool. And it is, you hear it and you're like, damn, that's cool. And it's really cool with the flutes and the whistles that they got going on, music as well. But it is limiting when maybe that flute only is one key. So everything else has to be written around that key, right? And that happens a lot in folk music. Like you listen to Appalachian fucking jigs, right? Sounds just like Irish. Why? Because the instrument only has can't really do too much with a, you know? So like there is a lot of that like overlappingness. And I think because the third track kind of deviates from that a little bit, you can get a little more range. And that song, in my opinion, not saying the folk is bad, it's just that specific track seems to be bigger than some of the rest of the repetitiveness throughout the album.
It's not as folky. They took that part away.
Yeah.
There is some of it in maybe the vocal, like the how the harmonies are being layered, or the through the choruses, but it's done.
That's not they didn't start with that to write that song.
Sure, that makes sense.
And that's where like I do feel, especially when you're talking about folk music, like as a just folk on its own, not really cross genres with something else.
Right.
It is very lyric driven. You know, it's wordy. Like the music is not changing a whole lot. That's not you don't listen to folk music to be like, oh, what's this guitar part doing? You know, that bitch is gonna stay there the whole fucking time. It's gonna stay the same. Yeah. That doesn't translate to metal very well, I don't think.
Yeah, that's when it becomes repetitive and stuff.
Right. Right. So like it becomes repetitive, and like we're hearing the same, you know, how many two steps riffs can you do? Like it's like, ah man, like I get it. I like the idea, but please do something more.
No, and I think that might be some of the critiques that the rest of the world also sees with folk rock, and that's kind of why they're a niche. Like they definitely have their place, and it's definitely important to hear, you know, cultural music being genre bent within, you know, modern music. That's super important because the things you're saying, the things that you grew up with ethnically matter, right? For 100%.
Sure.
But it is hard to reach everybody when you're doing that. Because did I grow up in India? No. Did I grow up in China? No. Right? Like I don't have that cultural connection to those types of cultural musics. So it is tough for me to be like, super cool when I heard it 14 times in a row. And maybe I don't have enough a nuanced ear for that. Again, not against the band or the music. It's just as a listener that is ignorant.
Yeah, well, you know? Actually, to that point a little bit, you can kind of see it as that's where the album deviates from it being accessibly globally to this probably means a lot more to people who grew up in India, right? Who don't have the music that we do, who don't have people of their own culture that look like them making these statements. Like all these political themes that are throughout the album, we get bands talking about that stuff all the time, but a band from India talking about that stuff, a band from China talking about that stuff, those places where those fascist governments control everything that gets put out into the medium, and you argue that happens here too, but whatever. This is probably groundbreaking for them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like we can have Gojira talk about that, right? But it doesn't mean as much when...
No, the French are having a protest every other week.
Yeah,
I know. It's like if five French dudes talking about the rainforest, like doesn't fucking matter. But literally people who could be living in their towns doing the same thing, it matters much more. And that's why, like I was saying, like culturally, it's so important.
Yeah, and it's totally cool that they're doing that shit. Like, I support the shit out of what they're doing. It's just you know, like you said, Josh, like, you know, I didn't grow up there, so it doesn't really, you know, I can't understand, like, other than the shit I see on BBC or CNN that is showing a very broad, very quick, basic version of what's actually the situation.
A SparkNote version.
Yeah, so like I'm not going to understand the full impact of what's going on there because I'm not there. And so it is hard to connect with music like that at times when that's what the content is about. Not in a bad way though. It's I don't want to take that in a bad way. It's just, you know, different parts of the world. I think the only worst part is that is like those moments where they try to go global with it and try to, you know, put in these English words that, you know, oh, we're not wrestling, we're UFC.
Yeah, that part was.
It's like, oh man, you could have not done that. You could have not done that.
Right.
You know, keep it local if you're good.
Saying, like,
yeah, I get it.
We're not fake, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, but I wonder what it would be like. Like that's the things that I'm talking about. It's like they made an active choice to do that.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
And if it was said in Hindi, or if it was said in their language, maybe it would have came across better, because maybe the phrase, talking about fakeness means something, but like they're trying to like, okay, English people, what's fake and then what's real? That.
How many Japanese fucking folklore sayings are there? And then you say it in English, you're like, what the hell are you saying, dude?
Proverbs, do they make sense? There is a lyrically, there might be something better to have, been brought into from their language that obviously wouldn't have reached anywhere but
it's
their place.
It's just translation. It's translation stuff.
Yeah, it's tough. And we get it.
It's hard. It's hard.
We're kind of shitting on him, but not too hard, because it is the guy's second language. But it would be like it would be like me trying to break over into the Latin music thing and be like, I'm gonna learn Spanish now.
I'm Justin Bieber.
Cito.
Right. When fucking Justin Bieber did that shit, that was corny.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Corny, right? Like, and that's what we have to be careful of. I say we as if like they're gonna listen to me, But like, I think I want authenticity always, and the more we do this show, the more we listen to bands all around the world. We appreciate different cultures that way. Just be you. And I was talking to my sister about this. I know this is a tangent, but with K-pop, I hate the English rewrites of K-pop songs.
Oh, it's stupid. Why are you doing that?
They don't make sense.
I don't fucking want it in English.
That's not the point.
Do it in Korean. I want to listen to that. I don't want. If I want to listen to the same shit, I'd go listen to fucking Fifth Harmony.
Honestly, dude, how many times have you heard that from YouTube content or music or movies or something? Like, just be you, man. Like, just do what you do. Do not try to go full off for someone else for a split second. It's not gonna go well. It never does. It has never gone well. The intent is never fully come to fruition, or whatever the fuck.
As a band, they're doing really cool things. They got great voices. Yeah. They have good cadence and timing.
They got good grooves.
Yeah, they got good grooves. Got good riffage. Like, as a package, it sounds great. Yeah. It's just there are some things that I guess maybe the genre.
I didn't give it a bad score or anything.
No.
It's a passing score for sure.
We're critiquing it, is what we're doing. We're finding the things that don't quite work as well that could be improved on. Because I said it before the show, like, there's a lot of great ideas with this band.
Yep.
There's a lot of seeds that have been planted. I really want to see where this band goes from here, because they can clearly evolve. Like, when we were doing the Linkin Park episode, and we were talking about the demos and Mike's verses, how drastically different they were from the final product.
Right.
Maybe that's all this band needs. They just need someone in the studio to be like, okay, great idea, redo this, because that does not work.
Well, you did say that they pretty much produced it themselves, right?
It was the third guy.
So maybe having a producer in there could fix all of those things and be like to be like, hey, no, don't do that.
Rewrite that line, or change this riff.
This is cheesy as fuck. Don't worry about this.
Someone to reel it in and be like, okay, you're on the way. Try again. Not bad. Yep. Try again.
For sure.
Some restraint.
But as a debut, though, good job.
Oh, real good.
It's musically, sonically, sounds great.
Yeah. Yep.
Holy shit. Debut, self-produced album sounds awesome.
Not bad at all.
For sure.
Some other standout tracks for me was Donna Don. Don. That's fun.
Oh, the die, you're not gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one's about, fuck rapists, they're pieces of shit, and maybe one day they'll fucking learn to, not be a rapist, but until then, just fucking beat them in the streets. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's fun.
In GTA.
That's the message that we can all get behind. Yeah, load up GTA.
But also,
not even
also in real life.
Yeah, not even in GTA.
Yeah, I don't think that's a controversial thing to say. Beat up a rapist.
Yeah,
that's true. Right.
Put a quote under it.
Life lessons. Yeah.
That song that both of y'all really liked was written after some people on their Patreon sent in stories of like shit that they've gone through. The three main ones being someone that was kidnapped in the Middle East and was able to make it back home alive.
God.
Someone else who was bullied because they were hiding their gender, and someone else who was just like so overwhelmed with the day-to-day that kill themselves all the time. So it's funny that that's the one that kind of deviated away from the political ones, and that's the one that both of y'all gravitated towards.
Yeah, we're emos.
Yeah.
True and true.
True, man. Yeah.
Through and through.
It doesn't matter what language we're speaking, man. Emo comes across, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. No. Overall, yeah, I vibed with it. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's very interesting to listen to. I didn't mind listening to it. I had it on in the background while the Liverpool game was on, and while I was, making the rest of the show and everything. And I was just jamming the whole time. I was just doing this, and that's better than listening to Wage War and not feeling a fucking thing.
My only complaint with this whole album, man, is just it is repetitive. I hate to say it, but it is. Yep.
A little switch up. One or two switch ups on this track listing.
One more of that track 3 song. Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Real good.
Yeah, and I think it's 14 tracks, right?
Mm-hmm.
10.
No, 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they're all longer songs.
Weirdly, yeah, they're all just a little longer. They're all reaching 4.5-ish.
Yeah.
So like I think about this album as a whole, and it is like with that repetitiveness, it makes the album longer than it really is.
Yes.
Yes. And it's like I don't know, things start bleeding a little bit.
It's the pacing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think with a producer, if you were in a room in a studio with a producer, they might have helped fix some of that. Right. That's their fucking job, right? So again, nothing against it. It's just it is as a debut, it was a little rough to get through in some aspects, but there are a lot of cool stuff going on as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much else to really add.
Yeah,
I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
The one last thing I'll say is highlight of the album for me is during Machi Bhasad, when that little voice clip of "Hey there, hi, I'm ready to die." Love it, love it.
No, yeah, that's good.
That's great.
That was pretty cool.
That was funny.
Yep. Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between on this beautiful wide spectrum we call life, it is time for Viewed, Skewed, and Reviewed, the podcast within a podcast. We need some I need a soundboard or something.
Dude, I want to get a whole
Hiya.
Fucking transition.
Hiya.
Hiya.
It's a podcast within a podcast where I go through and I get as many different reviews as I can muster until I'm like, well, this is too many. And so we can find the average. We can find out what the collective.
Hold on.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Brett.
Did you just say
Yeah.
say that this is too many? When has that happened? When has that happened?
Often, but guess what? we gotta find the truth. Okay, I can't just be lazy and go on Metacritic and just hey, what do 5 things say? Okay, well, blah blah blah, same as everyone. No, we gotta go.
Have
we gotta
had
keep everybody
40-something fucking scores at times.
Yeah, that's too many. But guess what? That's the job. Okay,
it's too many. You still doing it?
That's the job. We don't have 40 this week.
Okay.
It's
25.
31.
Oh.
So let's
narrowing it down. All right.
And then we'll get through them, and then we'll find the score out after. United News of India gave it an 8.5.
Cool.
Karain gave it an 8. Blabbermouth.net gave it a 7.5. Angry Metal Guy gave it a 7. Metal Hammer gave it an 8. Games, Brains, and Headbanging Life, their official one was a 9, but their user was a 6.97. A Humming Heart gave it an 8.5. Noise.co.uk gave it a 7. Carter Simpson a senior at Elsinore High School for the Tiger Times, gave it a 10 out of 10. I just love that when I searched this album review, that was one of the first one that popped up, and it's literally a school paper. So congrats, Carter Simpson, you done made it.
You made it on the Germ.
You gave this bitch a 10 out of 10, and I'm like, you know what, kid? I agree.
That's true.
It is. Metal Storm's official rating was an 8.2. Their user rating was a 6.93. Album of the Year's user rating was a 7.6. Distorted Sound magazine was a 9. Classic Rock magazine gave it a 7. Sputnik's official was 7, but their user was a 6.4. Rock Sins gave it a 7. Music Board gave it a 6.4. I know. Sense Music Media gave it an 8.5. Ghost Cult Mad gave it a 9. Metal Music Archive 7.86. Soundboard Reviews 9. Stargazed 8.5. Evermetal 9. Rock and Load 9. Wall of Sound 8. And then on the YouTube side of things, I got 4 people to talk about today.
4.
First, Metal Meltdown gave it a 7. Reaper Rocker gave it a 9. Guess what, guys? We don't have the worst album review audio for our Under Oath episode because, my God, that one was bad. But he gave it a 9. Metal Epidemic gave it a 6.33 out of the 3 of them. No Bullen Tunes, Josh.
God damn it.
I know.
He's slacking.
Two Toe Tags Metal Review gave it collective 5.5. One guy gave it a 4, the other guy gave it a 7. So, with all of that, bunch of 9s, bunch of 7s, bunch of 8s among the industry, but a lot of the user ones down in the low 7s, high 6s. So where do you think it lands?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. I'm brighten myself up.
Okay, I'm thinking because the industry ones were, I would gonna go 7.73.
Okay, I hear 7.73 from Josh.
Right, that's a precise number.
Yeah.
8.1.
Ooh, 8, just 8.1? Not a 7.8.1? Okay. Josh, I believe you have it. It is a 7.83 on the average.
Hell yeah. I win for once.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
Jason, keep count. That's Josh's win. I don't know where we're at.
I'm gonna go
was my
through
first one, I believe.
When I'm finally working from home, I'm gonna go through the episodes from this year, just this one, and I'm gonna have a thing, to keep track.
That's a few.
Yeah, we'll see who wins at the end of the year.
It's gonna be me.
But
it's gonna be Brett. I suck at this.
Well, let's find out. Brett, you're usually on par with the internet.
Hello.
What about today?
Today, I have to pull up the numbers because I forgot. Songwriting and lyrics. Well, I can't understand it. Not gonna lie. I mean, I hate to say it, but I don't understand all of it. No, from what we're talking about with the content of what the songs are about and stuff, like that's cool, man. I like that shit.
Yeah.
But I did dock it down because when I do understand what they're saying, it's like, bro, you could have not done that. It would have been fine. Would have been better. And then just the songwriting overall. Like I said, the songs are pretty damn repetitive for good or bad. This just is what it is. But I am going to dock a little bit of points for that. Musicianship, kind of the same boat, dude. Honestly, if it wasn't for that drummer, and like just the amount of instruments that are going on that are different than what I'm used to hearing on the daily, I probably wouldn't have gotten this high of a score, just because the guitars are chugging whole time. No, there's no leads. It's just chug. Bass is covering that, and they're honestly just doing whatever the hell the drummer's doing. So there's not a lot of real like intricate musicianship going on, other than the fact that there's just random instruments, which is cool. But it is what it is on that one too. Production, really good. Sounds amazing. Simple as that. Originality. I don't know any other Indian folk metal bands. So I'm going to go ahead and give that one a pretty high score. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Very fair.
But the memorability, going back to the songwriting stuff, I don't remember a lot of it just because, like, I remember that track 3 because that one sticks out. Cool. But the rest of it is it's so repetitive, and like Josh, what you said earlier too, of like you kind of forget where you're at in the album, and it seems way longer than it actually is. I dock some points for that. So for my overall score, 7.4.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't hate it or anything.
Right.
It's just, talking critiques. You got to talk about this shit.
I'm not as far away as I was thinking that I would be.
Okay.
You want to go?
Sure, I'll go. On the opposite side, instead of docking points, I gave it extra points. Pretty much on everything that you said you docked it on. I pretty much started one way and I just went the other. Because it was so unique and because, talking about the lyrics and everything, really support, like, again, what they're doing, especially in their native tongue, for their, the people of their country and all that stuff. Probably need some people thinking this left in the public.
Oh, I love it. I love that. Yeah.
Oh, love it. So definitely bumped up there. Again, musicianship, kind of like what you said for originality. It is basic. I think maybe if they got a full permanent band to write with them on their next album,
yep,
it would help out a lot. You could definitely tell that this was only musically written by one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Linkin Park had a full band, so everyone could work on their own parts. Stuff with the bassist until he joined the band permanently. But
the part
you had other people in there.
It's Linkin Park.
Yeah. Sure. Production sounds great. Nothing more needs to be said. Originality, this is the part where I docked it points because it is just standard and repetitive and new metal stuff, but then bumped it back up a little bit because of the folk influences. And then memorability, I remember some things. I remember the da 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 da. I remember liking a lot of the stuff that I heard, but if you ask me to name each song specifically, I know the music video better than I know the songs.
Yep.
And that could be because visually I can just see what's happening. It's like anime. I can appreciate it. I don't have to understand a word that's being said because I can see it and I can have captions. Perfect. Mm-hmm. But just listening to it, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yep.
So I gave it 7.98.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean,
Josh,
I think
this is your pick, right?
No, it's mine.
No,
it was your pick.
It was Cody's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of in the same, relatively in the same place. It's average, maybe a little above average, a little below. It's kind of sitting in that middle zone. For me, lyrics and songwriting, kind of talked about it. They don't need to be there.
Repeat what you said.
Oh, God damn this fucking thing. The cringiness of some of the lyrics that break out in English, that's rough. And some of it's cool. I think some of the cadence work that he's doing as a rapper is pretty cool because it fits a lot with like that dull drum riffs. But again, because that's the cultural music, it all is the same. Like, and he's rapping that way, and that's cool the first time. Not the 10th time.
Not the whole time. Yep.
Right. And for musicianship, I think they're doing a lot of cool stuff. You are right, though, Brett. It kind of made me think there isn't a lot of leads going on, but it is literally just like one guitar. So it's not too much going on. It's riffs. It's not
right. It's
leads.
riffs. It's just because there's also so many instruments going on. You don't really necessarily need a guitar to do the lead. It's just
because you can have the flute do it, or the sitar do it, or something else.
But there wasn't also a shit ton of that.
Right. Production wise, you guys are right. It sounds great, and it should at this point. It's 2022, right? Originality, again, you guys kind of hit that. It's any other Indian folk metal bands out there? No. Right. In the aspect of folk music and metal mixing, Yeah, there's some, and it does sound similar, but it's its own thing because it is specifically that culture. So it is original in that aspect. And memorability, I'm kind of with you again. I can't remember it like anything. I do remember the videos a lot. That's why I said it's like, oh, can we watch the one with the motorcycle? Because I remember that, right? I didn't even know if that song was on this album or not. Though, you know what I'm saying? Like, but as a whole, like I will always remember this band because they're the only fucking ones. But as music, it's not memorable for me in that way. So combining it all together, 7.16.
Oh wow, you're the lowest. Okay,
you're the lowest. Interesting. I was a little nervous. I was going to be the lowest on this one.
Well, cool. All right,
well, everybody's in the sevens.
Yeah, sevens. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is fair. I think even no matter low sevens to high sevens, I think that would be a fair judgment.
Yeah. You know what? I'm looking at. Well, I'll tell you later. All right, let's get over to our list. I don't want to talk about it too much and give you guys hints. So
let me scroll down. There we go.
It's better than Kern.
Kern?
Better than Kern.
All right, have we really not done that many new albums?
Yeah, no.
Huh.
I mean, it's only been 2 months plus Linkin Park, so
we'd be technically on 10. Yeah, we'd be technically on 10.
And we started halfway through January, so.
True. Just maybe it's because the retro wall is like so massive.
Yeah. It's our monolith. Okay, so where do y'all think it's going to be landing?
Well, I'm going to say top 10 for sure.
Oh, wow. Bold of you to assume things.
Yeah, it's the new 6.
It's the new 6?
If not.
Hold on. 5. So we have a 716, a 74, a 77?
79.
79.
Oh, well, then maybe it beats Under Oath.
So maybe an 8?
Okay.
It might be Under Oath then. Mine's pretty low though. We're on the opposite ends of the.
Just because
brings it down a lot.
The two of us are on the lower side of Under Oath. I think it's going to be just below Under Oath, but like just like a fraction. I'm saying 751.
Okay, so
okay,
are we both in agreement that is the new number 6, below Under Oath and above As It Is?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are correct on that front.
But
because
the
big wide range. So
yeah, but the jump from 6.05 to 7.5.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, that's a big gap.
There's a lot of space in there to fill, and it's rightly deserves that because those 3 down there suck. They're fucking bad, and I never want to listen to them again.
This I wouldn't mind listening to again.
If it popped up, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah,
it's fun. It's different.
So Brett, what was your score? You said
I'm saying 751.
751.
Okay, mine 748.
All right. Drum roll, please. Hit me with a dramatic sound. Hold on.
Oh wait, the actual dramatic sound. Yeah.
Oh, I got it. All right. Brett, you win. It is a 7.51. Woo!
Oh my God!
Dude.
Second time!
God damn, I'm good with this.
Second time in a row! Holy shit. Good job.
God damn.
Wow.
Wild. Hell yeah.
Good job.
Hey, I agree with that.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, that's
I'm
very,
fine with that.
very acceptable.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle of average, a little more so because it's so original.
Yeah.
You know what's funny too? Is I would lean that much more towards Under Oath just because it's Under Oath.
Yep, exactly.
Like it's
if I had to listen to both bands and be like, okay, if they're playing the same exact time at a concert,
going to Under Oath purely for
every time
nostalgia. Yeah.
Even if they're only playing Voyeurist, right? If it was like Voyeurist versus Rakshak,
because there's a chance.
There's a chance.
Well, they'll also play something good.
Oh yeah. Well, Brett, after next Sunday, we'll be able to tell you whether or not that album is good live.
True, we will.
I think you guys would probably like it just because it's the vibe. You're just hanging out.
Honestly, I didn't mind that album. It's not
it's
not
bad.
like good Under Oath, but it's not that last album, the Erase Me one or whatever the fuck it was called.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
They stopped being a band a little while ago, just like the band we're going to listen to on Thursday.
This should have been the first album back.
Yeah, that's what I said during the review.
Yeah,
sure. I'm with that.
What the hell are we doing on Sunday?
I'm telling you right
Brett,
now.
it's your choice, so you tell us.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, bring up that fucking album review or.
Oh fuck.
Modern
it's a new album too. Oh fuck.
Yep.
I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm. So also seeing Spirit Box.
What day is this? What day are we? March.
March.
I feel like
you can't do this one.
God damn it.
Yeah. So we can't do a Sunday show because you guys will be at the concert.
We're gonna do it on Monday. Yeah.
Okay. I do want you guys. I know this is gonna be bad, but go listen to that Disambiguation album.
Disambiguation.
Yeah, go listen to it.
I like that album.
It's really not that bad.
A lot of the songs I cover on drums are from that.
It's worth listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Weird without Aaron, but
I think over time it's been fine. I think it was just that one in particular was just because of the timing of what happened.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I gotta pick a fucking album.
You also got the stuff in February and January, even though there's like
do it, bro.
List.
MGK, just kill it now. Just kidding. Although, hey, bro, look at like 1, 2. Is everyone looking at this?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Or just us? Okay. Look at.
Is everyone? I can show everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six down. Pick the 6th one.
Oh, I know, but we hated the singles.
There might be something good in it.
I know.
Might be, and we're also in like Jesus, so why not?
Oh, it is around Easter time.
We're getting close to Jesus.
All right, fine. Fuck it. We're doing that one.
Wolves at the gate.
Wolves at the gate. Eulogies.
Okay. I forgot that came out fully. Honestly.
No. I'm not a Ghost fan. I've never been a Ghost fan.
Ghost. Yeah, that's not gonna be good.
I get it. I get why people listen to them. Good for you.
I honestly don't. It's not. Whatever. We'll talk about it when we eventually do it.
We don't have to. We really don't have to do that.
We'll run out of stuff.
That's
and that's when we go back to retros and just stay there.
I don't think we'll run it. If that album has to come up,
more fun anyways.
Yeah, that's true. But if that album has to come up, no.
Well, we do have some good stuff coming out in April. At least a little bit interesting. You got
There's
North
2
Lane.
others from March I would have picked.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe 3, really.
Cypress Hill, right?
Yeah. Now, this one right here.
Yeah.
Or this one right here. Or.
But like, I'd rather just do the old ones of those though.
Yeah, but that's
Thursday
Thursday show.
Yeah.
I know. Thursday show's more fun.
All right. So, Twitch, you hang around. YouTube, that's the end for you. Make sure you come follow us, watch us live, so you too can enjoy my anecdotes of baseball and rock coming together at last. Finally, it's not illegal.
It's not illegal.
Follow us for. You want to watch cars go vroom? Join me and Brett every F1 race and watch the stream die 8 times. Now we're gonna go watch music videos and pray the stream doesn't die 8 times.
We've been good this whole time.
The whole time.
Besides my microphone, but that's just a given.
I have 18 frames dropped the whole time.
Insane. How dare you?
I know, right? All right, anyways, goodbye, YouTube.
Goodbye.
My name is Sonic.